Hey, what's going on? It's Dan jumping in at the top of the episode. So initially we had recorded this episode and I thought, all right, I'll be able to edit this and then we'll have the baby and take the break. But I just never got around to editing it before we had the baby, so it's been a little while. The good news is that we've got this episode now edited and you can take a listen to it. And at the end, I talk about it being a cliffhanger and blah, blah, blah. It's still maybe a few weeks before we get back into regular Delta Green. But in good news, we have been playing another game called Daggerheart. And we've got a few episodes in the can, and it's a lot of fun. It's a little more, D&D fantasy type of thing. So if contemporary Delta Green isn't your thing, we have Daggerheart, and I enjoyed playing it. But also, I really am excited to get back to this Delta Green game. I've had a lot of time to think about more things that are going to happen and where the story's going to lead. So, with no further ado, here we go.
Shadows in the deep, where they watch me while I sleep, don't require your belief, offering silence but no relief. Can you scream without a sound, like the freeze that's coming down? Barren space where nothing grows, a secret place where no one goes.
Chaos Springs Eternal is a Delta Green actual play. Delta Green by its nature deals with violent themes, disturbing imagery, and horrors beyond our comprehension. Now, if you wouldn't mind comprehending some horrors with us, I think you'll have a good time.
Can you feel me in the fall? Pull me from this epilogue. My hands are frozen in the snow. The eyes of corpses have no glow. Made these chains just for myself. Rambling about my mental health. Demons on this hazy hill.
Hello, and welcome back to Chaos Springs Eternal. This is Season 1, City of Woe.
Whoa, we spent too much money on trading cards.
That's right. The past few weeks have been expensive for me.
Speak for yourself. I don't have enough yet.
Money or trading cards?
Yes. The answer to that is yes.
Yeah.
I have to buy for two people.
Oh yeah. I mean,
because my son is super degenerate, so I have to buy all of his cards.
I'm in the same boat because Anna really it keeps going into. We've described it as like I'll start looking at cards and then I'll show her a card and it worms its way into her head as like I want that card.
Yeah.
I want to build that type of style. I want your nachos.
My son's birthday was on the 1st of July, and he said the only thing he wanted was a demonic tutor.
Oh.
So I got it for him.
Damn,
that was a really shitty, heavily played one, but he got it.
Hey, it doesn't matter. That shit still plays the same as if it
still
was pristine.
plays the same, yep. So
To be fair, if my family got me a demonic tutor when I was a kid, I wouldn't know what to do with it because I didn't play Magic yet.
Right.
Well,
one of my buds went to MagicCon and bought a Gaia's Cradle, and now I've just peppered my deck in with land explosion shit.
You're so evil.
So it's just go ahead and play your $1,400 land. I'm gonna blow it up. I'm gonna blow it the fuck up. I'm not letting him get off with that shit. That thing taps for like too much mana. No,
or like a gajillion. Yeah.
This man plays Eldrazi and Phyrexian poison.
He deserves
counters.
everything that's wrong.
Then,
yeah.
Flying infect.
He's the reason that the world is slowly falling apart. No other reasons.
No other reason.
It's all
just that guy who plays one Gaia's Cradle.
One Gaia's Cradle in a flying toxic Eldrazi. Toxic mechanically and toxic in tone.
He's the reason for all the problems in the world.
Yep.
me an honest artifact energy player spending 20 minutes during my turn to get 5 energy and a 6/6.
Me, an honest dinosaur player.
Did you guys
What?
hear about Lorcana? Have you seen any of this?
Yeah, I have. It's real big in my town. It's huge in my town.
From like looking at the cards and stuff, I'm like, so did they just make Disney magic? Like,
Yeah.
it feels very similar. Like my kids like it because they like the Disney characters. So I've got one kid who just wants to rip everything. So that's great. Like I can just give him some, because Lorcana's not that expensive. I can give him a few packs and he can just rip and say, "Oh, look at this. Is this worth anything?"
Yeah.
No.
You'd be surprised. There's some stuff. There's some stuff in there.
Yeah.
Foil Tinkerbell?
It just has to get more popular.
Yeah.
I will say the way I learned about it was I saw an image of Winnie the Pooh. I think it was called Winnie the Pooh, the Honey Mage or something like that. But he was like floating, hitting the as above, so below pose, and I went, "There's no fucking way!" Like that's insane.
Oh,
Piglet, please look into the eye of the devil.
Your time has come, Christopher Robbins.
Oh my god. Christopher Robin has shown me the pit.
there's a rumbly in your tummy now.
His hand holding up your beating heart.
He gives you IBS.
Makes me eat cheese. No.
Oh man, now I'm just imagining Piglet as his familiar.
Ooh. Is it nice. Piglet? Is it Piglet though?
I mean, is it what's Kanga's kid?
Rue.
Is it Rue? Is Rue the familiar?
Rue would be Kanga's familiar, 100%.
No, it's just that's her summon, like Final Fantasy.
Good point.
No, I think he has the teddy bear that he has. I think doesn't Pooh have the teddy bear?
I don't know.
Anna would know this question.
Does Pooh canonically have a teddy bear? I don't know.
I thought he did. I know he has a gun.
Of course.
What?
Yeah, there's that one where like he thinks there's like a heffalump or something in his house, so he like is creeping in his pajamas with like a blunderbuss. Have you not seen this?
Yes,
no.
I've seen it.
Oh, hang on, let me find it.
Please do. Please do.
That sounds great.
Fun fact: it's the second thing that comes up. Boom. The Chinese government doesn't want us to have this image. Jesus.
That's a pop gun, ain't it? No, that is a real gun. God damn.
It is a pop gun. I didn't realize it. Yeah. Looking back on it now, that's very clearly like one of those toys that's just like a cork on a piece of string.
Hey, with enough imagination, Pooh can take someone's head off with that thing.
Right.
Don't make me Kappa Man.
Yeah.
Here is something you can't understand.
Pooh Bear knows.
Kill a man. Yes. Oh man, that's
very nice, Dan.
I'm glad you appreciated that, Mark.
You should start writing.
That's like a Rage Against the Machine.
Wait, did you just do Rage Against the Machine? I just realized that was Zach De La Roja.
Who's on parade?
Yeah. Remember, Piglets?
Some of those who wear bird crosses
are those that work forces. Why do we have the same exact idea?
Oh man.
Well, we spent too much time together.
Rally around the family. With a pocket full of shells.
Oh boy.
Oh bother.
Oh bother.
Remember Pooh.
Oh bother.
I think it's funnier if he's the one that does those who work forces.
Remember when you killed Tigger?
Remember how Tigger was an ally of the proletariat?
Oh, bother.
Remember how we ripped him in half? Oh, all right.
All right, well.
Eeyore, sheesh, sorry, buddy. Didn't realize.
One of the early
Eat the rich.
All that distracted to say. Speaking of things that have popped up in the past 10 years. Last time on
That's
Chaos Springs Eternal.
That's such a bad segue because we're cutting half of that out.
I know. This is going to be heavily edited. I don't know where we're going to pop out. Much like last time where I didn't know where we were going to pop out. Because last time, y'all got some Dream Seed crystals, right? You recovered them from the cave, carefully transported them back to Inquinoc. You guys had a little bit of trouble with the guards at the gate after not answering their very simple questions and refusing to participate in the whole idea behind Inquinoc, which is sort of the kayfabe that's going on there. And after finding that the guards at the North Gate were quite good singers, you guys traveled around. I can't remember if you went east or west, or maybe you went all the way back south. But then you eventually got back in, right? You were able to turn over some Dream Seed crystals. I realized that we never brought up the Organite again, but I imagine, Mark, that Cyril would not be too keen on handing over any of the Organite.
No.
We can always retcon if there's anything that you want to go back and do. We can do that because after a little search for Althum unsuccessfully, it seems like he's fled the scene, handing over the Dream Seed crystals, getting the map, finding out that you can't, finding a little bit more about Clementine, where you guys are thinking like, yeah, she is sort of split between two worlds, where it's almost the opposite of, what's his face's curse?
Tholen.
The opposite of Tholen's curse, where Clementine is sort of split between these worlds. Although it's kind of similar to what Tholen found initially with the staff, right? Where he kind of had to choose being in one or the other. Although it appears that whatever's happening to Clementine, she does not have the ability to choose between one or the other. She is just sort of split between both from what you can put together. But you got a map that is going to lead you to the Isle of Sighs with the Pirate Queen, who... y'all think that and have been told that people in the Dreamland who need extra protection tend to travel to the Isle of Sighs. First off, it's hard to get to. Secondly, Pirate Queen seems to support women. Women supporting women. We love it.
Let's go.
Absolutely. And with that, I think, was there anything else from last time that you wanted to touch on? I know it's been a little bit. Anything that stuck out, or are we just ready to hop on the road?
I can't immediately think of anything, honestly. I think I'm just ready. I think I'm just ready, brother.
Yep.
All right.
Can't wait for me to get halfway to Equinox, just like I do every other thing, and be like, ah, shit!
Okay, just needed to check one thing.
Dreamland roads take me home
to the place
I belong.
Snooze from.
So, and we talked. I think this was after the episode, but we talked a little bit about what you know about Losk and sort of your preparation as you go, right? Mm-hmm. And I think I don't remember if we exactly talked too much about anything, but just sort of was curious about what y'all wanted to what y'all thought you were doing, and I think you identified a few sort of paths, so just keep that in mind as we move to Losk. But as we travel along through the Dreamlands, you guys do have this map, which not only leads you to the Isle of Sighs, but is leading out from the Port of Losk, and you've been given general directions. I do need everyone to roll, and I'm going to roll too. I do need everyone to roll a 1d100.
Is it too late to say that we probably should make sure we have enough supplies to survive?
Yeah, I assume you're supplying up at Ray's.
Okay.
He's happy to outfit you with any of those sorts of things.
Okay, cool. You said just a straight D100, not a skill of any kind?
Yep, just a straight D100.
Okie dokie. About a 64.
Ooh, I got a 60. Cyril got a 39.
I'm trying to log in
I guess
on Roll20.
Mark got
I
a
forgot.
39. Come on, Noah.
I know.
Get out of here.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'll leave.
Thank you, finally.
Good luck.
That was all it took?
Becca Scott, you son of a bitch.
Listen, I've been trying.
Just a 1D 100?
1D 100, that's all.
41? Smart.
Okay. Cool. So, the travel is long and uneventful. This as you travel out to Losk, as you get further away from Equinox, the land becomes slightly swampier. There are rivers around here. There are tall grasses, a few trees, but what trees there are large and looming. The roles that I had you do were relative to, if any of you had tied with me, you were going to find a secret path through the Dreamlands, which you guys have sort of heard intimated about. And the other thing about Losk that you're looking for is Althum with potentially the Pyre Lens, right? That you've heard, because he's going to try and get that off to Men of Lang, who have promised to teach him some of the secrets. What do we say? Do we say who they were?
Traitor.
Yeah, but they've learned some secrets and promised to teach him how to stick in the Dreamlands without being cursed forever. So, sort of his some of his motivations because of that contract that you found that he had with the Men of Lang. So this trek again is swampier, and there are times where even the sun, low in the sky, where it seems like you might need to rest, and it is 2 or 3 days worth. And you do have supplies, right? But being in the Dreamlands, you don't really have the physical necessity to eat, right? You might eat because it sort of is habit, but much like I don't think people, I don't know, have you ever been hungry in a dream? I don't remember if I have. I'm sure I have at some time, right? But it's not like it's not necessarily like the survival instinct of hunger, right? It's just like, oh, I'm hungry, right? And oh, there's a giant plate of food, or something like that. But as you travel, this the one thing that you might notice is that it is becoming more humid, right? It's becoming more uncomfortable, and so most of your time in the Dreamlands has been strange, but not necessarily unpleasant. But as you get further and further from Equinox, there is a greater and greater unpleasantness. After a few days, you might notice in the distance, like a barn, right? Like a barn for a farm. And you might notice a large field that is even fenced off, that you see, crops growing on. There are, maybe it's wheat, maybe corn, maybe it's some other strange hybrid that doesn't grow on Earth. It might be hard. I don't know if any of you have like an agricultural skill or a nature skill that you would want to roll on. But you do occasionally see people on these farms, maybe working, maybe relaxing. One or two might even spy you and watch you as you pass, but there are more and better defined roads because the land itself has become swampier and boggier, so the roads are becoming more defined, where outside of Equinox it was sort of hard-packed earth, and sometimes you would see trails, sometimes not. Now the trails have become more sort of formalized as you pass through this area that's more that's I guess more farmed. It almost looks more developed, right? Yeah. Any of you want to make any rolls or anything? Go ahead.
So these people came here to be farmers, right?
You could go ask. You could go ask.
I guess, yeah.
Listen, Farming Simulator is a very popular game.
That is true. There's a whole goat world over there. Yeah. There's a bunch of people building PCs in the background. Yeah, I think I'll go talk to one of them or approach one of them.
Glad you said it because I wanted to really bad.
Yeah.
So if you start making your way, this guy was sort of reclining in his field, maybe back on his elbows. He's got sort of a blanket, but as you approach towards the fence, he picks one arm up and waves, and then sort of hefts himself up. He's got he's got a lithe, muscular build. Looks like he could be, I don't know, like maybe special teams on a football team. Maybe a kicker type of build. And as he comes up to the fence where you all are at, he says, well, hi and hello. How are you doing today?
Howdy. I see your barn farm and your high yield field, and I was just wondering what you're growing.
Huh. Well, thank you. This here grain is it's a new type of hybrid. It's technically I think it's a type of mold, but it grows a little more like corn. And he takes a few steps back into his field and sort of reaches up and down a stalk and finds sort of maybe a bud or pod that's growing off this stalk and pulls it off. And it looks kind of like corn, but then he opens it to you, and instead of defined yellow kernels, it's more like lumpy blue, and he holds it out for you, and if you touch it, I don't know, is there anyone, this is one of those where it's like there's nothing going to happen if you touch it, so
I touch it with my skin fingers.
All right, you touch it with your skin fingers.
Versus your what kind of fingers?
Well, don't worry about it.
It has a soft, almost like sponginess to it.
Mm-hmm. Is this edible? Or do you do other things with it?
Yeah, it's edible. It's I'm trying to get it named to Wallace plant. I really would like it to be named after me, but we'll see if this catches on.
It kind of looks.
Wallace is your name?
Well, my name's Steven, but my last name's Wallace.
Okay.
It's kind of like that weird mold that like grows on corn back home.
Oh, huitlacoche, I think is what it's called.
Excuse you. Sorry, Gesundheit.
No, that's that is what this is sort of inspired by. I tried to bring some of that over, and sort of develop corn that was more, tended to grow that more. Huitlacoche, I think is how it's pronounced. If I'm mistaken, then, well, I'm mistaken. But anyways, turns out being in the Dreamlands, things grow pretty fast, so I have time to experiment. Instead of growing corn with some huitlacoche on it, turns out I've just grown basically that.
So you cut the corn out entirely. You're kind of like skipping the middleman.
Yeah, pretty much.
Huh. I mean, can I try one?
Yeah, sure. It's safe to eat raw. Hey, this is a note from Dan, the handler. I don't know if huitlacoche is safe to eat raw, so don't take my advice for it. But in the dream world, yeah, it is. And we're back.
Well, thank goodness we're there.
I'm pretty sure it is completely safe. It grows. Again, obligatory Hoosier moment here. I've seen it quite a lot.
I'm pretty sure it's safe as well, but I don't know that I want to broadcast that to people.
I'm pretty confident. And if they're not, pretending the people did it.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and if you do eat some huitlacoche and have a bad reaction, our names are Zach and the others.
Slater.
I just blanked on all of their names. Wow.
Oh my god.
It's a good thing I'm not like their personal friend.
Of GCP. You went to the...
Zach Thomas. Why can I not remember their names? Boy, when I am I might be bad with names.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Michael, I don't know what you're talking about.
Can I? I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Did you say Michael?
Come on, Gregory. You don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, brother, I'm gonna be real with you. I guarantee you're bad with names. Because I'm bad with names.
And we are basically the same person.
We have the same in a lot of different aspects, so I'm sure this is one of them.
Yeah. Have you ever had to identify 15 different Mackenzies? I have.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, nope.
Zach,
Nightmare.
Joe, Thomas, and Luke. That's
Luke,
the guy's
yeah,
name. Yeah. And
I
occasionally Justin.
I went Saved by the Bell, by the way.
Ah, yes.
You're like Zach, and I'm like Slater.
Anyway, you take a bite of it, and it's nice. It's kind of it's a little bit sweet, but not in like a rich way, right? It's just like a you know how like sometimes white bread or like a sourdough, like a nice sourdough, has that little tangy sweetness to it. It's that sort of almost vinegary sweetness to it.
Yeah, it's for I don't know if you guys have ever had it. Lehpar is really good. I really like it.
That's what I hear.
It's
never
called
actually had
corn
it.
smut up here. But
That's what I hear too. But I just decided I'd rather butcher that than call it corn smut the whole time.
Corn smut honestly sounds worse.
It does.
It sounds so much worse.
It really does.
Yeah, no, I think
Today's
Joel-
sponsor,
Yeah.
Licoche.
Today's sponsor.
Today's
Corn
episode brought to you
smut
by the
pop.
letter H.
I think it's an X. Is it?
No, it's an H. It's an H.
H.
Oh,
I'm reading Wheat Licoche right now.
Anyways, yeah, Joel is like, I think he's heard of it, and he's always like been afraid to try it or seek it out. But he's like, I mean, what's worse that'll happen here? Completely forgetting that whatever happens here happens in real life. And is like, yeah, no, this was like a good idea, actually. Arguably, this is the best idea we've heard of anyone who comes here. Like, genuinely.
he says, thank you. Now, I do run into the issue of not being able to get it back on the other side, but that's, well, it turns out it trades pretty well over here. So now that I've got it pretty well down, I do okay over here. Also, you know what? This is out of character, but you know what Wheat Licoche, like, means? Because I didn't know this, and I'm kind of creeping myself out for having made this up on the spot, but it comes from the Nahuatl words, one of which means basically rear end, right? And the other one means sleeping.
Oh, that's pretty funny. Like,
Cool.
Yeah, so I just happened to pick the thing that means that references sleep, and this guy's growing it in the dream world. Gosh, that I just like spooked myself out with that. I don't know if
That's
anyone else
creepy.
is spooked out, but that
Look behind you.
chills. Anyways, when you play Delta Green enough, you run into these weird coincidences. It's like, why would I pick that of all things?
that's just life. That's life.
Anyway, yeah, he says so I do pretty well for myself. Although someday I will figure it out how to get it on the other side, and then we'll have something over there.
Is that something you're actively looking for to try and get back home? Obviously with stuff.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's real difficult. People allegedly there are some ways, but it requires a lot of energy, a lot of your essence, and well, some people don't. I mean, if someone does know it, that is a rather valuable piece of knowledge, and so they're not giving it up for free.
Do you know who could be doing that? Like, do you know anyone? Have you talked to anyone who's done it?
Well, you know,
Thinks they can?
you always hear rumors. Of course, that's why I'm close to Los, because allegedly there's some of the traders who have found portals in and out of the dream worlds out in the great ocean. But you know, who knows?
Does anyone else have any other questions for him?
How
I
long
don't
have you
think so.
been out here?
Oh, I've been coming to the dream world, I don't know, past 5 years.
How did you learn of it?
How did I learn about the dream world? Well, Well, I was doing some family history and I stumbled upon a journal from my great grandfather. And he had some notes that quite interesting and suggested that he had learned a technique by which he could project his consciousness into the dream world and spend some time there. And so I decided to follow suit.
Do we need to get a message out to the real world? If we want to, we can ask this fellow when he wakes up.
I can travel back and forth through the real world with my mind. It's no issue. But bringing physical objects along can be pretty difficult.
I was just seeing if you could pass a message if we needed that.
Oh, you need to pass a message?
I guess nobody else does.
I don't know who would we message?
Virgil?
Yeah, maybe Virgil.
I mean,
I don't know how long
time has passed is the real thing, if any.
Time is a tricky thing over on this side. How long have you been over here? Do you know?
Days.
Days. Oh boy.
Less than a week.
And you haven't gone back to the other side?
No, we're what people would call trapped here.
Yeah, we don't know how to get back to the other side. We was basically plucked out of reality and placed here.
When you guys say that, you notice that his demeanor sort of tenses up a little bit. You don't have to have a high humor for him to say, well, it's not much I can do to help you out with that if you've been stuck here and can't find your way back. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do for that. I've heard tell of some people, but it requires some searching or some unpleasant methods to return.
Mm-hmm.
He does make eye contact with each one of you in turn and says, "Now, Al, I appreciate you coming by, but if you don't mind,
Yeah.
get back to my contemplation and thinking about the stars and what I might do."
Have a great time here.
So I actually have one more question for you, if you don't mind, before we head out.
Yeah, he says, "Okay, I can't promise to answer helpfully, but I can do what I can."
We're just trying to make sure that we're, not gonna get ourselves killed out here, if at all possible. Is there any place or anything we need to look out for? I mean, you're obviously pretty close to Losk, and Losk isn't exactly the safest neighborhood.
Yeah, so when you ask him this, I mean, he's still got kind of a tense body language. So give me a roll of some sort.
All right, a roll of some sort. Firearms. Tell me where I am. No.
I mean, yeah, you could try. You could try.
No.
I mean, are you trying to persuade him?
I'm gonna persuade. I'm gonna persuade.
Yeah, give me a persuade roll. So I got two options. Okay.
Boom. 10 under 74.
Let's
All right,
fucking
now
go.
roll a 1d6.
A 1d6. Okay.
He actually is cursed that anytime someone tries to persuade him, he dies.
1.
Okay, so he says, "Well, look, y'all seem nice enough, and you have found yourself here under some unfortunate circumstances. So, I will say that things in Losk have taken a turn for the worse lately. The council what rules? Well, it seems like maybe not all of them have the best interest of Losk in mind, and rather bending it towards their own whims. And rumor has it that there's a dark cult that has built a secret church in Losk, and that there's parts of Losk that have fallen to ruin. But there's great enchantments, and so it's a difficult thing to find people who wander into this district that is now fallen into this cursed cult, simply forget where they're going and wander back out. That's the rumor I've heard. I can't say whether that's true or not.
do you think that might be... We've heard tales of goat people or goat men there. You think that might be connected to them?
It's possible that is the men of Lang. I've heard the goat men. I have heard a rumor of them around there, but I've not seen them. Although they can disguise themselves. At least way that's the rumor.
Excellent. Yeah. Thanks. That actually could be very helpful. One more question. I know it kind of, I don't know how it works out here, but where we were at, there's a lot of kayfabe about like don't break character like a GTA roleplay server. But when are you from?
He says, well, I'm from the contemporary time. I mean, we're from America, right? The United States. Yeah. So everyone here's listen. People play up sort of the times that people are from, but the only people who are from different times are the ones who've been stuck here for too long. Like, there's no one from the future in here, right?
Sure. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know if you've met any, but there are some people who have been in the Dreamland so long. I don't know that their physical body is left. I think it may just be their spirits over here. I'll be honest. I don't inquire too closely, and most of the time I just assume that they're playing along. But let me say this: I have a cell phone at home.
Oh,
that
excellent.
That gets you.
That gives me an idea.
Again, we're all from the same time. There is a little weird dilation that happens because, well, you've spent some time over here, but you say I spend 2 days over here and you spend 7 days over here. That's not necessarily going to reflect the same in the dream world. But then when I come back, if I spend a day over there, I might come back and you have spent 7 days, but to you I've been gone 5 days. Does that make sense?
I think.
Yeah. There's some sort of time dilation dependent on the person.
Yeah, depending on the person. And I think the nature of how you travel around here is, again, I'm no expert with that. I'm really sort of been focusing on the agricultural side of things. But, and then the transport of goods and services here. Now, I tell you what, I've given you a little bit. In fact, I would say that I've given you a lot. I've given you a taste of my crop. I've given you a few bits of information. And I really hate to ask this, but it is one of those things in our experiments, the rumors of things that can help you get physical items from the Dreamlands back. I'm not sure how long you've been here for a little while. Maybe you've heard of it, but Patsu?
Patsu?
Hitsu? P-I-T-Z-U?
Patsu.
Oh yeah,
P-A-T-Z-U.
Which
eyeball will work if you don't mind, and I don't need a lot. I could take a little bit from each one of you.
I was simply gonna offer that we try and get in contact with you or at least I try to get in contact with you on the other side, because we're definitely gonna need to find a way home another way, and if we can find a way to get home, bring something back, I'd be more than willing to help you out in your travels, if you're trying to get the stuff back home.
Well, there are people in Losk who may be able to help you with that.
Because we came here with the stuff on us. So
that's not that unusual if you came by way of a portal. Now, portals are incredibly rare, but they do pop up. But their locations are closely guarded, and frequently they're very difficult to get to. So, but if you travel from the other side through a portal, you keep what you bring. But then if you try and get back through a way that's not that portal, you won't be able to bring any of the things that you picked up here. You everything you brought here, you take back.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out, Joel, because there's things here I want to keep.
Yeah,
and I'm pretty sure you want to keep some of your stuff too.
It's not exactly cheap to replace a cell phone.
So, right. So it's one of those things where, is there anything else we could give you? I'd hate giving that stuff up because I know how valuable it is.
That really is the best thing. And I mean, you do regenerate it.
I know, but I like to have mine topped off and overflowing, if you know what I mean.
I understand. I just, it really would be just awful kind of you. And I tell you what, if you do this for me, then when I get to the other side, I can try and reach out to this Virgil. What was his name? Virgil. You'd have to give me just a little bit more information.
Virgil,
but I'm pretty good remembering those sorts of things.
I mean, it depends. Well, I mean, we trust this guy, right? We just met him. He's a farmer. We're cool.
What do you do back in the other world, buddy?
Well, I work for.
I'm a CEO.
Yeah.
I'm actually Peter
He's
Thiel.
another CFO. They're all CFOs.
No, he says, well, I actually do farming back on the other side. I do a small family farm based out of Nebraska. And
what a perfect Americana, like just a picture. Give him a plain, humble wife and a pitchfork, and he'd be in a painting.
Yep, American Gothic.
Yeah, I mean, what's the worst that that happened? We give him Virgil's email, and
all right,
he goes, "Hey, your friends are dead."
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, I guess if you get back to Nebraska, just reach out to a Virgil Ma in Carrefour, Louisiana. He is a detective for the police force down there. And just tell him that the Phantom Phinders are safe but are gone for a while.
Okay, yeah, I can have.
Anything else, Joel or Marcy? You got anything else to say to Virgil?
Your wife's eggs are bad.
That
way he'll know it's us.
My request
he'll know
is to
French
don't
style.
tell him that. He'll know it's us either way. Just tell him.
It would immediately identify.
It would immediately
us.
That is true, but like also at the same time, I feel like we've gotten to enough shenanigans around him that this is just like another drop in the bucket.
So it seems like I have two competing requests. So I'll tell you what, whoever gives me more Patsu.
Oh my God! I'm not giving you any extra to tell him.
All right, you greedy son of a bitch.
Listen.
I'll do it.
I just thought you might be more invested in this apparently than you are. So I would take an equal amount from each of you. And he pulls out like a side bag, and in it he's got sort of like one of those basically a first aid kit, but it's got a bunch of sort of tubes and Lurlock needles, and he's like, all right, well, I have done this before, so and again, I do a lot of farming, so I do some veterinary work around the farm, and I promise this will be, and it's not painful at all. I promise it is very simple and gentle, and so if you allow him to,
whenever you describe this, I always think of the scene from Pulp Fiction where he gets out his heroin kit, and it's like screwing on the needle top, and is like just sort of like doing it, and then he's driving around in a big Malibu. Like, thinking about.
So if you all allow him to, he does.
Yeah.
I do need each of you to make a sanity roll as he does this.
Oh God!
Papa Booey.
Success.
Failure. 63 over 59.
That only makes sense because Cyril really hates giving this stuff up. Like, he would rather pay for it in intimidation than anything else.
Okay, so Cyril and Joel having both failed and Marcy having passed. Let's see, we're going to take Cyril and Joel, you each take 2 points of sanity loss, and Marcy, you take just 1. And you do feel a little bit drained after he does this, and he, screws off the needle cap and basically presses it, or screws off the needle from the end of the syringe, and caps the syringe, and then he sticks the needle in the ground and just sort of steps on it so that it goes point down into the ground so that no one will step on it. He says, that's a perfectly safe way of disposing of sharps out here. Trust me. And then he looks at you all, and you see sort of a glassy demeanor across his face, and he says, in the high west there burns a furious star. It is for fiery boys that star was set. And then that look sort of disappears off his face, and he smiles. He says, well, thank you so much for sharing that with me. And again, takes, you'll notice a recovery over the next probably day, maybe 3, back to full. So appreciate that again, and I will get that message passed on along to Virgil Marr in the Carrefour Police Department.
You okay?
Thank
fine.
you.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I think we walk
Yeah.
away.
Yeah,
At least Cyril does. He's then as they're walking away, that motherfucker just said some prophecy. What did he say?
in the far west, a fiery star, and there's
Something about a western star.
I don't know. I wasn't. The guy who controls me isn't fast enough to type.
I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting
In
it.
the high west, there burns a furious star. It is for fiery boys. That star was set.
That star
was there any
set.
look in his eyes as he said that?
It was a glassy look, almost as if there was no there.
Okay, I was just making sure there weren't goat eyes overtaking his own.
No. In fact, it didn't seem like intimidating. It didn't. I would say that like a general demeanor. It just sort of. It almost sounded encouraging. But like, yeah, he didn't appear to understand or know that he was responding to that, right? Or that he was saying that, rather.
Interesting.
Okay. As you continue to travel, there are more farms, but then you notice other structures sort of pop up. There's more sort of houses, maybe a handful of sheds and storage. There's some, along the side of the road, every once in a while, there will be like a stand. But none of these stands are currently manned. But you do see and start to notice that you are getting close to a city that you can see, and you begin to smell that sort of brininess of the sea as you guys realize that you are approaching Losk. Losk is more populated, it feels like there's just a richness and a depth where Inquinox felt very encapsulated, right? Literally it's surrounded by stone. Losk is this outward growth from this port, and as you approach, sort of things become more dense. You see as you finally realize where you can sort of see Losk from a little bit of distance, you notice 2 large lighthouses. And I have moved you on Roll20 to this map. Lighthouses are number 1 that you can see across this town. The town is filled with buildings that are mostly 1 to 2 stories high. There might be 1 or 2, 3-story highs, 3-story high houses, but all of the buildings, aside from the lighthouses and some of the other things near the port, are gambrel roofed, which you would suspect makes them easier to maintain. As you notice that there appears to be an afternoon rain moving in. It seems like the water table's pretty high here, so you would suspect no basements. But you notice that most of the city is within basically this last mile or so to the sea, right? You've moved sort of from the farmlands into things that are more developed. You see some inns, some pubs, some restaurants, some shops, and a lot of sort of personal housing. And if you look at the map, you guys are like way out over on this side as you approach sort of from the east of the town. Let's see, and then you can just enter Losk.
Can we see? Yeah, can we see the ocean or the water?
You can definitely see the lighthouses. I don't know if you can see the. You might be able to see sort of things turning more beachy. Or I guess not beachy quite, but you can almost see like the docks. But once you get sort of more on the level with the city, then it kind of hides the other side of the town, right? But from further away, you are able, because you're a little higher elevation, but you're coming down, so you might be able to see just a little bit of it, but not quite. But the ocean, you based off how salty and briny it smells. And based off your map, which you have, the ocean is quite large. Yeah.
Okay. I just was wondering if we could get any hints as to like if it was an actual ocean or if it was filled with some, like, I don't know, some different liquid than we would be used to on the other side. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right. Well, here we are. Should we just proceed into the city, or is there? I mean, I kind of feel like we gotta keep on keeping on here.
No, actually, I mean there aren't really walls in the same way like Inquinox had a giant wall around it, right? Okay. This is just sort of a sprawling, everything being built around, built out, sort of from the.
We got to get through the suburbs before we get to the city. Understood.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, I think we should just, keep a low profile as best as we can. Don't declare ourselves, especially not where we're coming from or anything. But yeah, I think we just get in there.
Oh, interesting that you should say that. Could everyone? Are you doing an approach stealthily? How are you approaching the town? What are you doing as you sort of enter into more of these streets and that sort of thing? You've not reached the city center, which is this sort of 3-4 area, but you are out on the outskirts over to the east.
The guys should have their cloaks drawn up around themselves.
Yeah,
I imagine.
That I was going to say, I definitely want, like, put my hood up or something along those lines. Maybe not like, I'm not trying to Mission Impossible sneak in, but just slip in unnoticed if possible.
Okay.
Yeah, be so normal that we don't stand out.
Okay. Interesting. Give me a roll to be normal. You can,
Firearms.
We're not in the United States, Tyler.
Where'd we come from it, though?
You can give me. I would take a stealth. I would take a maybe survival or disguise if you have disguise.
The likely. I'm assuming we all have the base 10% on disguise.
You're goddamn right on all of those, which is why I'm clicking that disguise button. Let's go. What do I get? I got an 83.
Chimney Christmas.
Oh boy. I failed on a stealth roll.
All right, Marcy. What's Marcy roll?
Why does Marcy have to disguise? I'm the... Oh, no, I'm thinking of the Isle of Women. Sorry.
Nope. That's...
Okay. Whoops.
Your feminism has
unfortunately, suffrage isn't a thing in laws.
That's a 59.
All right.
Suffrage. The suffragettes.
That's why
they're a couple decades out.
All right. So, in entering the city, as you begin making your way, it is not long before you attract the attention of some guards, and you get stopped by a couple of guards who say, "Halt! What are you doing here in Losk?"
We are traveling and trying to find signs of a friend.
Signs of friends. So you don't have any trade?
We have some stuff on us that could be for trade.
And where's your registration with the Trade Council?
We don't have registration with the Trade Council.
He looks at the other guy.
Then we will not trade, if that is what you are asking.
But you've brought goods to trade, as you just admitted to me. So it seems like you are here to trade without...
That's not what I said. I said if we need to trade, I can trade. If we do not need to trade, we will not trade.
The other one says, bringing goods for trade, bringing goods that you might trade, whether or not you have intent to trade, still needs to be registered
Is this
with the council. The
entrapment?
fact that you have failed to register with the council indicates that you are trying to bypass our laws. Go ahead and put these men and women under arrest. And they immediately move to.
Yo, what the fuck? I'm not even trying to
restrain
trade anything. What are you doing here, brother?
He looks through your bag and he pulls out just like anything that you have in there. Like I would assume you had. Yeah, he says, "This looks very good to trade." Yeah, and the fact that you haven't registered means that you're trying to bypass our laws. So you are.
Oh, what? Just because what is this, a commune? Because I have things, I'm in trouble here? What is this? This is highway robbery. You guys are bandits.
And he says, and resisting arrest obviously brings in further issues.
Okay, then suck my willy. What is this? For eating a meal? A succulent Chinese meal?
And you've started to attract more of the guards, and so you're beginning to be surrounded. And they, unless you are fighting against actually restrained, they do restrain you.
No, he's not. He's squirming, but like he's just making a scene of it.
All right.
We had some stuff of value on us, didn't we?
It's possible.
We have a map, so
they don't like search your stuff, but they do port you over to the jail. So number 6 is the jail. So they bring you to the jail, and the Phantom Phinders find themselves in jail, where you are left. Yeah. You were left there for a long and uncomfortable amount of time. It is difficult to tell how long the time is. With no light aside from a small lamp that they have put in there. There's no exposure to the sun, and the way that the sun works in the Dreamlands, it's impossible to tell exactly how much time has passed. You might, find yourself falling asleep. This cell is dark. It's dank and is not fitted for 3 people, and it is just uncomfortable enough to be unpleasant. You occasionally hear people on the other side of the, but it is kind of like a classic jail cell. I mean, there's bars and a lock, and occasionally you hear someone walking around. Maybe this is a shift change. Maybe it's someone checking on other prisoners, but you don't see any other prisoners, and you don't hear any others. But after a few, maybe hours, you feel like you hear sort of an outer door open, and you hear someone pushing past someone. There's a little sound of maybe a struggle or a back and forth argument, and then finally sort of the door just outside of your cell, not your cell door, but the door that leads into sort of your cell block opens, and you hear a man say, "You will move past me, and I will speak to these prisoners." And you see a man walk in who is large. That is the best way to describe him. He is large with short hair. He's got a little bit of that high forehead as he's, balding. He's got a disgusting soul patch. And he wears these sort of dark robes and a bright necklace filled with sort of these gold baubles. I'm going to post a note in our chat so you can see what this guy looks like.
It looks like the uncanny Mr. Incredible meme.
a little bit, yeah. And he wears this sort of smile that as he smiles, it almost digs into his cheeks because his face fat does not react appropriately. And the other thing that you notice is he's relatively short. And he says, you as he looks at the guards, there's a couple guys who are attending him. It's very clear they're wearing these sort of crimson, get-ups that are more suit-like almost. And he looks back at the guards and he says, "The council will know that you have stood in the way of Agat the Corpulent, and He says, I am the servant of the coin and dealer of the Red Bazaar. You will not stay my way when prisoners are here. And he pushes past them, and then the sort of attendants behind him close the door, and you hear like a guard sort of like knock maybe at the door, but there's maybe it's a little defeated. And he comes up to your cell and he snaps his fingers. And one of the attendants puts a like stool, and this stool is one of those three-legged stools. And he sets it down, and sits on it, and you think for a moment that stool is about to absolutely split, and he's about to fall exactly on the ground and just like spill everywhere. But he just sits and says, oh, "Well, tell me, why are you here in Losk?" And that's where we're going to end. And that's going to be where we end for a little bit. So when we come back in maybe a few months, we will see the Phantom Phinders.
Yeah, I forgot.
Dealing with Agat the Corpulent, representative from the council. So thank you guys.
Oh, bye everyone.
Right,
have a good break.
Bye.
Yep.
Thank you once again for tuning in to Chaos Springs Eternal, a Delta Green podcast. Shout out to Arc Dream Publishing, who makes Delta Green. They've got lots of great content coming out. Shout out to Ponzer Kings for Cocytus, that's our theme song. And shout out to Hideous Hiss for our background music. Make sure you check our show notes. I've linked Hideous Hiss Patreon. If you'd like to contribute to Chaos Springs Eternal, you can rate and review us on iTunes or your podcast platform of choice. Leave us a 5-star review. Send us an email. We've got an email in the show notes, and with an NPC idea, and we'll toss them into our homebrewed campaign.
One of the early like YouTube. This might have even been before YouTube, but I remember there being like an edit where it was Tigger doing his exercises.
And then his head just gets blown off, right?
No, but he was doing like "Hail Satan, Hail Satan," like just straight up.
That was Newgrounds. That was old.
Was it? Oh
yeah.
Man. Sounds that's one of those. Oh, speaking of Newgrounds, there was have you guys seen this? Actually, the show. Have you heard of this?
No, I haven't, but I hear it enough from the people around me enough.
It's Dropout TV. Mm-hmm. And it's fantastic.
Yeah.
They had one just the other day that was internet, like, terminally online, was sort of the theme of the show. And, the concept of the show is they give a statement with something false in it, and you have to buzz in and say, actually, and then correct it. And it was crazy because they referenced Sh-55, one of the most like classic Flash animations of all time, and none of the people on competing got it. And I was just like, oh my gosh, how can you say you're terminally online and you've never heard of Sh-55? That was massive back in the day.
I mean, yeah, back in the day, you nailed it right on the head there, Dan.
I know, but these guys were like, I mean, one of them was Pro Z, like
Pro ZD. Oh, I don't know if he was big in the internet like early. I thought he kind of sprung up in the last like 10 years.
Yeah, possibly. But anyway,